Hi there, I'm so excited to be walking you through this feature. It's one of the features that I felt was very important to eliminate a lot of manual tracking. So I'm working on an apartment manager, and for these apartments, they are going to have units. And now, when a unit uh, is given out to a tenant, there will be a lease. Now, when we have a lease and the lease is active, we are supposed to mark that apartment as occupied, and it should not be available for other potential tenants. Now, for that, I used a flow to automate this, and I'm currently viewing an apartment that. Okay, let me just open the list view and just select a random. Let's just take this unit, and now you see it's vacant, and the monthly rent is 5,000. And now we can create a list on this one, just in case we have a tenant. Now we go to related list and create a list. We'll just quickly fill out this information. Get started from this month, and then for the purpose of this video, we can just say 2 months. Let's mark it as active because that is what will trigger the flow. And for the rest of the fields, we don't really need them right now, but just let's have this monthly rent. And okay, let's check this for another flow in the future. And then we need to assign it to a tenant who is on this list now. This is going to be the tenant, and let's just save. Now, one thing about leases, whenever there's a lease and there is a, let's just go to this list. Now, whenever there's this amount that is amount due, you cannot be able to change the status of this lease to expired or notice to vacate. So we need to check if the total amount that has been collected is equal to the total amount that is due. For example, if I try saving this, if I try changing the status to expired, maybe to mark the unit as available, you cannot do that. You hit a snag and you get the error message. So you cannot expire this list because there's an outstanding balance. Oh, sorry, fix this. And rent, total deposits and penalties need to be confirmed as paid first. So now, if you want to close out this, you need to contact your tenant and make sure that all payments are made, and you can record a payment. So we're going to use a flow. So just discard changes. So discard changes. Nice. So you can we are using a screen flow to help somebody who will be working on the system to record the payment. So for example, for the purpose of this video, we're just going to clear out the payment. That's 5,000. The payment type is rent, and let's just go to next. Now we've recorded a payment, and when you see the total collected rent, the total rent collected is 5,000. If you'd have made that payment as something else, it would reflect on that other field. So let's now try to change the status and see what happens to the unit. If you say expired and then save, this should automatically update our unit to available because now it has no lease tied to it. So let's check, it's now vacant. Now, for example, if something else were to happen and the lease maybe was active again, let's just activate it and see what happens. That should be able to give us that the status is occupied. Now, there's another situation where a unit is um, in maintenance. Now, when a unit is in maintenance, you're not supposed to maybe update that because that is something that should be updated when the maintenance is done. So if you do anything, if you change any the status, that should not allow us, that should not change anything about the maintenance status. So thank you very much for staying with me throughout this video. I am grateful that you are here. Bye.